where you see the India-US relationship going? What about the visit of PM Modi to the US? What do you think are the main focus areas?
As far as I'm concerned, this is a visit that has a potential to shape the political landscape as well as the technology landscape for the future. The 21st century is basically about, as far as Indians are concerned, two relationships. How we manage China and how we partner with the US. What is it that is different this time? In 7 years, a lot has changed. China in 7 years, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a breakout nation in terms of its economic muscles, in terms of its aggressiveness, in terms of its expansiveness, in terms of its presence all over the world. The Belt and Road Initiative, the debt trap diplomacy, the Wolf Warrior communications, capturing US universities, UK universities, media houses. It was really interesting to see that while all of us in the free world, the US, EU, India, were taking a beating as far as media coverage was concerned, the sentiment of the overall coverage of a country was concerned, China was doing well. Through the pandemic, post the pandemic, I mean, the Chinese term is borrowed the boat to cross the sea. They were literally owning all our boats. Our boats were serving the Chinese cause. You could see the power of the Communist Party and its muscle and political and money might at work.
Platforms had been grabbed.
Platforms were grabbed, media houses were grabbed.
Surreptitiously, China was going about doing this, you're saying?
Not surreptitiously. China had taken out public notices. Yeah. And at the same time, at the same moment, we had WHO notices telling people not to do this, it would impact this.
But even the Western nations, they didn't see this coming. They must have known that the WHO was getting in.
Look, I think when it comes to China, relying on Western nations is dangerous. They are compromised. Even now, half of them are literally apologists for China. Even Biden, who is far more careful in terms of how he says things, what he says, how to approach them. And by the way, he's not easy on them. He's taken quite a tough line on China, and more power to him. But you could literally see his own Democrat commentariat. Trying to find ways of convincing the leadership that somehow China is a great bet to make, great friend to have, a great partner in these difficult times. China is not a partner. China is playing for the house. And China is not seeking partnerships in the 21st century.
Domination minus the US.
Correct. China is not looking at G2. China is looking at G1. And those days are gone when the Democrats wanted Obama to go to China and propose a division of assets. That is gone. That is not on the table anymore.
So in this scenario, when China already has this domination, they have an antagonistic attitude towards India because of various reasons. Modi is an anathema, and then Modi is visiting there with the state visit. So you can be certain that there will be stuff that they will be doing, whether using the platforms, think tanks, street protests against the Prime Minister.
Look, the Chinese will be using their entire gamut of options, whether it is to get American voices, whether it is to get voices from here or from other parts of the world. Don't be surprised if China suddenly appears on some part of the Indian border once again. The Chinese are going to be relentless. The Chinese have a very clear worldview. For them, multipolarity in the world is fine, but multipolarity in Asia is not on the table. Asia has to be unipolar. When they go to BRICS and when they go to SCO and when they go to their other groupings, they can talk about how the world has to be multipolar, etc. But remember, as far as Asia is concerned, it has to be the Middle Kingdom, and then the rest are vassals who pay tribute to the emperor.
Click here to watch the full episode.